Welcome back to Fireside Fears. If you enjoy chilling, immersive horror stories told in the dark, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, let the fire crackle, let the night settle in, and let's begin. The town that vanished at dawn. I grew up hearing whispers about a forgotten place called Duskfield, a town that supposedly existed less than 4 hours from where I live, yet shows up on no map, no GPS records, no old census records. People treated it like a campfire rumor, a piece of small-town folklore, something teenagers dared each other to look for during long, empty summer nights. But those who claimed to have gone searching all came back with the same story. They found the road. They saw the lights. They approached the town just past midnight. And then they woke up somewhere completely different, with whole hours missing from their memory, injuries they couldn't explain, and a ringing in their ears that lasted for days. Most people laughed it off and moved on. But last winter, I met someone who didn't laugh, a park ranger named Ellis, and he's the reason I'm telling you this. Because after what happened to him, after what I saw with my own eyes, I'm convinced Duskfield is real. And I wish to God I didn't know where it is. Part 1. The Ranger's Confession. I met Ellis at a supply store outside Black Pine National Forest. He was pale, underweight, twitchy, like he hadn't slept in weeks. But what stood out most was the bandage around his head and the deep scratches along his arms. He kept staring at canned food labels like he didn't understand them. When I asked him if he needed help, he said something strange. "Do you know what time it is?" I told him. He whispered, "Good, then I still have time to warn someone." Then he followed me outside and asked if I had ever heard of Duskfield. My blood froze. Before I could answer, he started talking. Not fast, not excited, just defeated. He told me that he spent 3 nights tracking an illegal hunter deep in the forest. Around 2:15 a.m., his radio glitched with static, and a distorted voice whispered back to him the coordinates he had just spoken into it. His own voice, repeating his own words. He thought it was a malfunction, but the accent he put in there led to a road he'd never seen before, a narrow paved stretch cutting perfectly straight through untouched forest. At the end of it, glowing through the darkness, he saw town lights, street lamps, neon signs, headlights drifting between buildings. But something was wrong. No sound, no wind, no movement except flickering lights. The entire town reacted to him. Buildings groaned, windows breathed, stoplights blinked in patterns like signals, and the people inside. He said every figure he glimpsed through a window wasn't moving normally. They twitched, reset, turned in mechanical increments, like puppets waiting for a cue. Then at 3:03 a.m. exactly, he heard footsteps behind him. Slow, synchronized, too many at once. He turned around and saw people stepping out of their homes. But their faces were blurry, like the shadows didn't match their bodies. And every one of them whispered his name, his full name, over and over. He ran back to his truck, But the road he came from was gone, replaced by a dark corridor of fog and dead trees. The townspeople were getting closer. As they approached, their legs snapped, twisted, and bent like they didn't know how to walk. They moved toward him anyway. He closed his eyes, and the next thing he knew, it was morning. He woke up 30 miles away, lying in a ditch on the side of a highway. His radio was smashed, his wrist was sprained, his head was bleeding. He never found his truck. When he finished telling me the story, I asked him how he escaped. He gave me a haunted look and said, "You don't escape Duskfield. You're released." Before I could say anything, he walked away, got into a taxi, and left. That was the last time I saw him alive. 3 days later, his body was found on the edge of Black Pine Forest, frozen solid, even though the temperature never dropped below 40 degrees that week. But what haunts me most is what the coroner said. Ellis's body showed signs consistent with freezing at extremely high altitude. Part 3. My Search for the Truth. I know what you're thinking. I didn't believe him. I wanted to, but fairy tale ghost towns don't exist. Still, I couldn't let it go. So a week later, I followed the coordinates he had given me. I shouldn't have. Everything he described, the road, the silence, the lights. I saw it all. The entrance to the town sits behind a ridge of dead trees, hidden unless you approach at the exact angle. No map shows it. No satellite image captures it. But it's there. I parked and walked a few steps forward. Just a few. That was enough. The second I crossed an invisible threshold in the pavement, the air changed. Sound vanished. Every insect stopped. Even my breath felt muted. Ahead of me, Duskfield glowed faintly like a living organism. Then I heard it. Not a scream, not a voice, a whisper. Faint, female, directly behind my left ear. It said, "Why did you come back, Ellis?" I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't breathe until I reached the main highway. I don't know if the town knew my name. I don't want to know. But every night, just before falling asleep, I hear the same faint voice. "You came too close. We remember faces." The fire is burning low now. If you enjoyed the story, stay close. There are many more to tell. Until next time, sleep with one eye open. You're never truly alone when you're near the fire.